Hi guys. So tonight, or well, tonight, not tonight, but I mean, for during the day, I wanted to do a little podcast style, but I'm going to be doing a reaction. So let me go ahead and pull up this video. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful day. Hopefully, you're able to get through the work, this last work day before the weekend, if you have the weekends off. If you don't, that's fine. I understand that life as well. So hopefully, I can make your shift go by faster and you don't even have to look. But I mean, if you want to, you can. But this is just going to be like a podcast style live. And I wanted to react to this. I wanted to hop on here really quick because I have an appointment to go to. So just give me one sec. Let me pull it up here. Also, if you're coming in, can you please give the video a thumbs up, please, please? I would really appreciate it. Oh, I think I uploaded this video already. Okay. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Somebody said, let the dust begin. Let the dust begin. You ain't lying about that. I'm looking for the lie. I can't find it within that statement. Let's get this dust. Let's get it. Let's get it going. It's interesting. I want to speak on this though. It's so interesting that black men, since this video will be about a black man, I don't think all black men are like this. But, you know, we're speaking on the ones that are because it's the majority, unfortunately, because they're all up and through my comment section for no reason. But I wanted to say this. I always get accused of hating black men. And I think it's funny because whenever men come to me like that, like, oh, you hate black men, you hate black men. And I'll be like, okay, verbatim, what type of hatred did I spew? And they can never respond. I think it's hilarious. They're so emotional. They don't even know how to really identify with hatred. If you're not in agreement with them, they automatically they label that hate, and they really can't even verbatim repeat what you said that was so hateful. I think it's hilarious. Yes, we're accused for everything. We're accused for dumb stuff. Oh, are you serious? Like, wait a minute. I'm gonna just pull it up. Hold on. I lost it, y'all. I had it downloaded to my computer, but then let me just pull it up on the internet. I just didn't want to do the ads. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know how I am. But yeah, the next time, listen, I have never said a black man is incapable. I have never said that black men are stupid. I have never said that black men can't do something. I believe you can do anything that you put your mind to. But I did say black men are lazy. Flat out. You're lazy. You're lazy. I said what I said. Now, if you can't handle that, well, that's not my problem. Because I'm not lazy. I don't ask of things from black men that I wouldn't ask of myself first. So I'm not asking anything of you that I wouldn't require of myself. And that's just how I move. That's how I think. And yeah, so I don't understand. What are you crying about? And it's like, if you're not coddling them and babying them, they see you as a whole enemy. And it's just crazy to me. I'm not your mama. So if you want to be coddled, you need to go see her and get off my channel, because I'm not your mama. I don't coddle around here. And if I ever have a black son, he will not be coddled by me. Okay. Let's pull up this man here. This gentleman here, this young man. Okay, I can skip this ad now. Let's see what this young man had to say today. Oh my God, see that? Come on. No, this is not it. This ain't it either. What just happened? It's crazy how Asians have a Stop Asian Hate. It's crazy how they have a whole promo going on, movement going on for Stop Asian Hate crime, and we don't even have that for Black people. But okay, hold on.
It's 2021. 6 women were among the victims.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna start this message off by first saying thank you all for coming in. Hit the like button right now for me. Also, I want to say this. I've been seeing in the comment section, everybody been asking me what's my cash app. My DM go crazy about people asking me what's my cash app. Me, I don't put it on every video as these other YouTubers do, because a lot of these YouTubers, they do it to get your money. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I do it out of the love, and if you guys contribute to the page, I overly appreciate it. You see what I'm saying? But I don't put it on every video because I just feel like it's an overkill. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys always ask for it, I'm gonna list it again. It's $Gravity Takeout. If you do contribute to the page, I want to tell you I really appreciate it. If you don't, you don't have to. There's no pressure for anybody. We all got bills. We all got families. If you guys is able, I definitely appreciate it. To shout a few of you guys, I know Leslie, Grisby.
Listen, I know this man. I know these type of men. Okay, y'all see how he rubbing his hand? He a smooth talker. Yes, he's a smooth talker. You see how he rubbing his hand? His hands? You can't smooth talk me, sir. Okay? It's already looking very much suspect for me. Over here, rubbing his hands to death. Is he trying to start a fire? I mean, what are we doing with the hands? Okay, just relax. Just relax. Okay, he over here trying to smooth talk somebody. Just relax your hands. Now, he done put his Cash App all up and through here after he done said, I normally don't do that. This is a Black man just trying to be a YouTuber. Let's continue.
Les Grizzly, whatever his name is, he know what I'm talking about. We had a dialogue back and forth. He a Cowboy fan, but he always send money Cash App. Also, it's a guy named Brian as well, if I'm not mistaken. He sent some money. These are guys that I have to say their name because we're coming off of a pandemic, you know what I'm saying? So people take the time out of their day to send you guys money. That's any YouTuber. If you see my content, you see these people sending you their hard-earned money.
He's still rubbing them hands.
What you're doing in your brand. Man, at least you can do is shout these people out or let them know that you really appreciate it. Because if anybody in the streets is give you some money, you'll say thank you and you would acknowledge that person. So just because you're not seeing these people, don't mean that you shouldn't acknowledge them. So salute to y'all that been sending me Cash App money. And yeah, we're gonna move on.
Oh my
Cynthia G. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Cynthia G, but I just want to talk to this sister for a while. And it's all out of love. It's all out of love, sister. I want you to know. I want you to know as a Black man. I think you are a queen. I think you is to be appreciated. I think you is to be uplifted. I think you are somebody that we really need to have a dialogue with instead of trying to tear down. Because it's clearly something within you, a deep fire that's burning inside of you to want to speak against other Black men. To try to shed light on how bad they can be. But it's
he said to shed light on how bad they can be. How bad they can be. That's what he said. How bad they can be. So that means you know how bad they are, correct? This is how ignorant they sound sometimes when they speak. But I'm going to let them speak so they can get the ignorance out here because the message is being received. Okay, we understand. We know y'all see what y'all be out here doing in the community. We know. That's why we talk about it. This is already ridiculous, but let's continue.
At the same time, understand, sister, or just understand, queen, that not all men is against you. Not all men are against other black women. Not all men are against or to be cheating on another woman or backbiting or beating another woman or whatever it is that you believe that men or black men are as men. When I hear it in your voice, it seems like you think they are like kind of like the scum of the earth. You think the white man is to be praised. I think you are to be praised, the sister. Understand?
We don't praise white men either. So I don't know where you guys are making that assumption. We don't praise men, period. What do you guys don't understand about that? We're not praising you. We're not praising white men. We're not praising Asians. We're not praising any man. So get off of that. We're not putting one man above the other. We just want you guys to compete. Y'all making this about praise because that's all y'all care about. I'm a proud black man. Praise me. I'm a king. Well, what infrastructure do you have to stand behind when it comes to your throne? Say nothing. Say nothing. So stop making this about who we praising. We're not praising anybody. We praise ourselves. So if you want to know where our praise goes to ourselves, you know what it's called? Self-love. Okay? So I don't understand how you guys are coming up with these assumptions, and it don't even make sense. Why would we praise the white man over you? Why would we praise anybody outside of ourselves? Please explain to me how that benefits us. It does not.
And just because they come to your platform and smile in your face don't always mean that they really with you. They just like the things that you are saying about your own. So they willing to stand beside you and support you on that journey of destroying you. Understand that.
And I want to say this too. This argument is outdated. It's outdated because white people, Asian people, Hispanics were out here. People all over the globe were out here locking arms with black people during the Black Lives Matter movement when George Floyd was murdered. So if you don't think those people have a right to speak on our issues, don't ask them to show up to the marches. But guess what? The reason why they're showing up is because you're not showing up. So if you want to sit here and complain, do something about it. If you don't want other people speaking on black issues, why are they out here marching and locking arms with your women? Where are you at? You're not showing up. So yeah, they do have a right to speak on our issues. We can't ask them to stand with us and stand by us and then tell them, oh no, you can't speak on our issues. So it's outdated. It's outdated. This is not the civil rights movement. It's outdated. Get over it. Get some new talking points. You're outdated. This is not the civil rights movement. You got white people out here marching for Black Lives Matter. You got Asian people out here marching for Black Lives Matter. You got people overseas marching for Black Lives Matter. So your argument is outdated. Y'all need to let it go.
Not everything that you put us out to be. It is some strong leaders. It's some strong we fight the same fight you fight. We walk the same journey you walk. I hear that you have a child. If that is true, understand that you are a black woman. That child have an ounce of black blood in them. They will be considered a black child. They will walk the same roads that we walk. They will face the same challenges that we face. You let that white zaddy, as you called it, speak against your people or the same men that maybe your children may look at it as a husband or look at it as a king. And maybe you don't, but maybe in their lifetime they may look at it as either they're king or if it's a young lady, she would look at it as that's her king.
A king of what?
Understand that, the same people you talk about is the same people that your child will walk with the same melanin in their skin. Your platform has become bigger and bigger and bigger about you speaking against the black man.
Oh my
all
goodness.
Your captions, all your top stories is always with a caption of why the black man is less than, or the black man ain't this, or the black man is not that.
This is all they care about. They only care about looking a certain way. They don't care about walking the walk. They only care about looking a certain way. That's all they care about. Thank you for the $6.99. She said, Yoni, it's because they are projecting what they do to us as if we're doing the same thing to them. And we're not. We're not. We're not. But he seems, this is the lack of intelligence that I'm talking about. Like, where is the intellect? He done said Kang, I don't know how many times. He done said, you're going against black men. How? You can't eat. How is she going against black men? Why don't you guys see it as accountability and constructive criticism? You guys can't even handle that. And it's sad. Y'all are men. Y'all are not little kids. We don't have to baby you. And if we don't expect anything of you, then we can't expect much of ourselves either. So if we are expecting certain things out of you, understand we hold ourselves to that same standard. Why would we? So it's like you guys are wanting to be babied for the same standards that we hold ourselves to first. It's an extension. So what we're asking of you is what we're already doing. It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Whatever happened to you along the way that made you have such a disdain for black men?
Here we go.
You
The
know,
bitter, somebody heard her.
I
comment.
pray that the healing begins today. You know, I pray that in your path and the new journey that you walk in life, no matter how big you get, understand that all attention ain't good attention. Yeah, you get attention that you may feel like you desire. Your page is growing, and a lot of people speak about you, and you're getting up of that white zaddy, as you call it, on your platform, talking about how the white man is inferior, or the white man is superior, and the black man is inferior.
Oh my goodness! He's still
rubbing his hands. There and you co-signed that. You know, no disrespect to nobody, no race. I'm just speaking for who I am as a man, and other men like me. We go out here every day, and we stand on our own, and we can compete with any man there is, any race there is, because we're strong men, and we hold our own, and we can articulate it, or we can go however way they want to take it. We can take it. Understand that. Sid,
we're about 5 minutes in. He ain't spoke on Brian yet. He has not said anything about Brian yet. He has made this entire video about you and how you should not have said anything or spoke to a white man. Since when did black men feel like they had that type of control and dominance over women? Like, since when? Like, since when? Since when? And what do you have to back that up with? What do you have to back that up with? You know, the funny thing is white women, they don't speak out against their men because they actually have power. They actually have resources to where white women don't want to jeopardize that. So they don't speak out against their white men. Some of them have been cheated on, done dirty, but because their men actually take care of them, okay, and don't just abandon them, okay, they don't go against them at all because they understand even when, you know, things don't work out for whatever reason, they're still being taken care of. But you guys want us to have some type of loyalty, alliance, and you don't even have nothing to really back it up with at all. Because, you know, we see divorces within the white community all the time, but these women are being taken care of, and it's called business. And you guys sit up on the internet and cry about, well, I don't understand why she took half of everything he owns, and you don't even have half of what he has, and you're more bothered by it than he is. So y'all kill me with that. Like, this whole video is about Cynthia. Like, he's not gonna address Brian at all because he can't. With what? He don't have a leg to stand up on at all. As a man to man, you cannot address him at all. And you won't.
There is strong men. This country was built on the backs of strong men that look like me and look like you. Don't let these people fool you to believe that they're superior and we less than. Somewhere along the way, you have adopted that analogy. You have adopted that as believing that that's what you believe as well. You believe that they're superior, and the person that looked just like you, the man that looked just like you, is less than. That shows me that along the way somewhere, a black man hurt you, and for him, I apologize because I understand. We don't always for that. I apologize, but you can't hold these men accountable.
You apologize for his behavior. You acknowledge what he did was wrong, but you can't get out here and hold them accountable to prevent that behavior from happening to begin with. This is how I feel like this is how slow they are. Like it doesn't even make sense. So you can acknowledge what he did. You can acknowledge it was wrong. You can acknowledge that to where you can offer an extension of forgiveness on his part when you don't know him. So you know it's wrong. You know it's happening. You have acknowledged it twice now. So what are we complaining about? What are we complaining about? I just wanted to say thank you, Black. I think it was Black Butterfly. Thank you. They always say we're bitter and hurt, but it implies that Black women are getting hurt in massive numbers. By who? Come on. Use the brain, buddy. Facts. Like, I don't understand. He has acknowledged that we have been hurt several times. So it's like, why are you trying to shut us up if we're trying to find a solution to why this continuously happens within the Black community? The reason that we speak on these issues is to find a solution, is to find a solution. And when you're a problem solver, you have to acknowledge what the problem is. They literally only respond with emotion. They are emotional trash bags. Facts. They are so emotional. Selena, thank you for the $5. Right. He definitely won't take time out to address any Black men doing wrong. No, but he got time to address us because of his image. And another thing, Black men have so much control over their image nowadays, but they choose to get dressed up and mock Black women by putting on wigs, makeup, dressing like a woman, and being entertaining, but they don't understand how that also reflects their image. So you have control over your image. You just refuse to do anything positive with it. And you guys feminize yourselves over and over again for jokes, laughs, and giggles, but you don't understand how it's really emasculating your image. So you're so concerned with us, but it's like, it used to be a point in time where at least if you saw a Black man, people automatically associate you as being, or associate that with being a thug, or, oh, he's a thug or whatever like that. But nowadays it's like people don't even fear y'all the same because y'all are so busy just using your image for entertainment by mocking Black women. And it's emasculating you guys more and more. Thank you. Thank you for the $5. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. So I'm at a point where I don't feel bad. Like I don't feel bad. And the reason is because you guys can go out here and use social media to your advantage, just like we as Black women did, and create a positive image, but you choose not to. And that's not our job. That's not our problem. So if you don't like how your image is being seen or used per se when it comes to us as Black women, you have social media. You could go out here and change your image, but you choose not to. You choose not to.
Let's get it right. But you can't judge everybody collectively off of the few men that you have seen, or pinpoint every bad thing you see out of the Black man and highlight every great thing you see out of the white man. Because understand, there's some great politicians, there's some great, we ain't gonna say sports because that's what we known as. But
that's all y'all known as.
Sports. I believe it's some great men with great ideology. You know what I'm saying? Some great men that can articulate themselves. It's great men that can lead their home. It's great men that's great fathers. You know, the way you speak about Black men makes me believe you didn't have a great father. You didn't have a father. I don't know to be truth, but I'm just watching the way you carry yourself, the way your body language is so embracive of everybody else.
So, okay, again, the accountability shift. Okay, he wants to blame her for why she is the way that she is because she didn't have a father. Why wouldn't you blame the man for not being there in her life to raise her if she didn't have a father, since he's making assumptions? So where does the accountability ever come in for the men? You want to blame her for not having a father? How was that her fault? How was that her fault? She didn't ask to be here. She was created by her father. So if she's mad, if she's upset, I think she has a reason to be, but I think that accountability should be on the fact that her dad wasn't there. He don't make no sense at all. Like, he don't make no sense at all. And he's really distracting me with this rubbing the hands because he's trying to be a smooth talker and he's coming across very ignorantly.
But to destroy your own. And you know what's even sadder when I read the comments? I see a lot of sisters agreeing with you. That leads me to believe that it's some small brainwashes somewhere to believe that all men are the same. You know, whatever you guys have been through, you guys have believed that now all black men is like this or all black men is like that. And if you see one good or...
I have this question to ask. If he sees so many black women in the comment box agreeing with her because of the experiences that we have had, isn't that a lot? Isn't that a massive group of men? Wouldn't that come across more like the majority of men today, majority of the black men today, if there are a lot of black women agreeing with them based off of the fact that you said that they have gone through things with a black man that have all led us here to speak on it? I can't, y'all. I can't. Do they really think, do they really like sit down and think before they talk and speak out against with these issues? Do they not understand the strength that it took for black women for us to even come to this point in our lives? Thank you for the $10. Why doesn't he have a video up for the white man? Like, he don't want that smoke from white zaddy, so he settles to make a video addressing Sid. Yeah, they fear it, and then they fear him. Like, why wouldn't you speak on what he had to say? He literally listed off his stats. He said, "Meet me halfway, show up," and they're sitting here just only creating commentary for Cynthia. And it's sad because it's just like, so are we going to get to the issues? Are we going to get down to business? And this is another thing that I want to point out. Black men are so focused on the emotions. We can't even sit down and actually get down to business. And the business that we're trying to conduct is change. And the way that we can get to that change is by acknowledgement. But we can't even get them to acknowledge because they're so emotional. We can't even get to that point of sitting down at a table discussing business so that we can improve the community. We can't even get that. We can't even get to that stage. So I had a black woman in my comment section in my last video saying, "Oh, I don't understand why you're trying to knock black women who want to be with black men." Listen, if that is something that you want to do, that is fine. That is fine. I'm rooting for the best. I really am. And I'm not saying that to be shady, but it's like, how can you work with a group of men that won't even acknowledge the issues so that you can get down to business so that you can create a better functioning community? So why would I waste my life and my time? Life is short on trying to get these men to acknowledge. We can't even get past the first stage. Because problem solving comes in stages. Acknowledgement, finding where the issue is, and then planning, coming up with strategy, and then execute. We're still at stage one, and we've been at stage one for years. Generations. Thank you, Selena. I know good black men, but I know a lot more Dusties, and the Dusties feel the good black men are wimps. So yeah, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. So I understand the black women that want to work it out and stuff like that. And I support you because I support black men. I support black women no matter what. Okay, I support you guys no matter what, because we're not robots, we're individuals, and you can do as you please. But like, let's look at this for what it truly is. We can't get these men to acknowledge. How are you going to work with them? How are you going to partner with them if they refuse to acknowledge the issues within the community? Thank you for the $5. He has not refuted any of Brian's talking points at all. The apology took me out. Okay, Kane. This is just a mess. This is just a mess. So, I mean, if Black women want to put all of their, and for me, it's putting all of your eggs in one basket. It is, because I went out last night. I was in the bar talking to a white man. I was in the bar talking to a black man from DC. And, you know, black men from DC, they tend to have their stuff together on an economical level. And then I was talking to a Hispanic man and a Middle Eastern, and I was working the room. And that's how I am choosing to live my life. So, and may the best man win. May the best man win. And will it be a black man? It depends on if he got his stuff together. It depends on if he has his stuff together. And unfortunately, it's slim pickings out. It's slim pickings out here when it comes to black men having their stuff together. So I'm not putting all of my eggs in one basket. I'm just not. And I can't stand that skinny jean look. I can't stand it, y'all. That rapper look. It's just not attractive. It's not attractive. It's not. It's just not attractive.
Some great white men, you think all the great white men is like this. That man sat on your show and basically act like every black man, or act like a lot of the black men use the government as an excuse to fail.
Oh my God.
To say, like, the white man doing this or the white man doing that. True enough, a man may feel like that, but at the same time, let's not act like the cards is not stacked against us now. Let's not act like that. I do agree. Well, I do agree with y'all. That should not be an excuse to keep pushing forward. We can be great. We can surpass all the obstacles and keep on growing if you're a strong man, a strong foundation. If you're a strong man to wake up and strive to be great every day, you can overcome anything. But it starts with unity. It starts with knowing. It starts with uplifting each other.
We're past uplifting. We need to get some things. This is what I'm talking about.
As a sister, as a queen.
Listen, we've been uplifting each other. Oh my gosh. For generations. When are we going to get out of this? Oh, we need to uplift each other. Where has uplifting each other gotten us? Like, we praise each other to the point where we can't even hold each other accountable. It's played out. It's tired. I'm over it. We're not praising you for being male and being black. We're not doing that anymore because it hasn't gotten us anywhere. When you look up, black people don't really own anything. I went to the hood here in Houston, and I went to the beauty supply store. It was a strip mall, okay? It had an American Deli. It had a Juicy Crawfish, a T-Mobile store, the beauty supply store, and like a AliExpress type of clothing store. And you know who made up that entire strip? Asian men. The beauty supply store had an Asian family in there running that beauty supply store. The American Deli even had Asians behind the counter. Most likely they were either owners of that or establishment, or I don't know if they had their hands or partnered, or they were in there doing something, but there wasn't a black man in sight. My point is, you guys didn't have any ownership on that strip mall in your own community. In your own community. You even can go to the gas station and you'll meet a Middle Eastern man behind the counter who owns the gas station. So it's just like, we're not making this up. Either you're delusional or you're just not getting it. You're not getting it. There shouldn't be I shouldn't have to go to my beauty supply. I shouldn't even have to go to the quote unquote hood or the quote unquote ghetto to get beauty stuff that I need for my hair. And then I go in there, it's nothing but, it's an entire Asian family profiting off of black culture. Then I go to the T-Mobile store, it's Asians in there. It's like, where are the black people at though? But that's our community. We allow everybody to make money off of us. But then you don't see Asian, you will never see a black person make money off of Asians like that. Not in the same way that they make money off of us. So, like, come on. Like, and then people want to say, oh, you guys are so negative. You're only focusing on the negative. How is this negative? It's the truth. So if it's negative, understand the truth is negative. The truth means that it's not helping us. So we need to do something about it. And if it bothers you that I speak on it, well, that's a personal problem. Because most people who are bothered by it, you don't want to do anything about it. That's the problem.
now all black men is like this, or all black men is, you can overcome anything. But it starts with unity. It starts with knowing. It starts with uplifting each other.
Oh my God.
And that's where I feel like you need to play your part as a sister, as a queen. If you want to see the same race you destroy be great, it takes a great woman. When everyone they say
Now she destroyed the race.
He who finds a wife found a great thing. Sister, if you as great as I believe you is, as you believe you are, to get you the same one that you talk about type of man, it'll take a great woman to create a great man. He who found a wife found a great thing. So, not that it will take you in particular, but if he can find you.
I love how they try to struggle with quoting scriptures out of the Bible, but then at the end of the day, you're not really following it like you're supposed to. They love to weaponize that Bible in order to manipulate us. Can't do it, sir. I'm spiritual over here. You can't do it to me. You can't do it to me. So you're not about to weaponize the Bible to where you can manipulate me. It ain't working, sir. It ain't. I'm tired of that too. They always love to quote those Bible scriptures when they want to manipulate somebody into condoning BS with their behavior. I'm not falling for it. It's whack, it's tired, and it's through. Throw it in the trash.
The wife, he'll find a great thing. Sometimes men move, and we, you know what I'm saying, we move so fast, we live so fast. Sometimes it takes a great, strong woman to get behind you and say, "Hey, honey, slow down. Let's do it this way. Let's do it that way." And he take you into consideration, and he can go be great in his own right. A lot of times, the homes are so broken, the children are raised without fathers. So the men are coming up without fathers in their household, so they're already behind.
And whose fault is that?
This has nothing to do with the white man all the time, but a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you see a lot of guys losing themselves to the jail systems and so on and so forth, raised in poverty-stricken areas, and this has been generational curses, and it's hard to break the trend for a lot of these families.
Why is it hard to break the trend?
It don't make them less than the white man. Me, I have a lot.
It's hard to break the trend because you guys don't have any discipline, and you guys easily feed into temptations. Okay, easily. And if you don't know what it looks like, you should read Malcolm X's book that he wrote about his life. Don't watch the movie, read it so you can get some comprehension skills and maybe pick up better vocabulary and grammar since we're here. Okay, you guys feed into these temptations, these desires, because that's exactly what he did. So we know what it looks like. We know you guys are doing it, but you guys don't want to take accountability for it. If there aren't any fathers in the home, where are y'all at? Where did you guys go? Did you just disappear?
A lot of white friends, a lot of white male friends. I have a lot of black friends. You know what I'm saying? But one of my favorite white dudes ever, named Joe Day. He probably gonna watch this. Man, we compete at everything. I want to be better than him when I'm talking about sports. I want to be better than him when I'm talking about anything. You ain't better than me. He think I ain't better than him. I think he ain't better than me. We just competitive in everything we do. But he walk on this world to feed his family, be great. I walk on this world to feed my family, be great. But he always tell me how much he be proud of me. And I always tell him, "Hey man, I like what you're doing. You did a good job with your son, so on and so forth." Because at the end of the day, he understand. I strap my boots up to be greater than you. He strapped his boots up to be greater than me. But together we push each other to be great.
Are y'all?
My brother, blood brother. He handle his life his way, and he's great at what he do. He drives semis. I drive semis for a while. I didn't really care for it. I went another route. But
what was that other route?
Wake up every day to be great and raise his daughter his way. I wake up to be great and raise mine my way. At the end of the day, it's the man. And
listen, ladies, I don't see a ring on this man's finger. I'm pretty sure he's not married to the woman that he procreated with. Okay, this is why I can't. He wanted to sit up here and come for Cynthia and the fact that she could possibly have a kid out here, but then you have a kid out here. Since we're doing that tit for tat BS, but you have a kid out here. You went out here and created a single parent household. Aren't you a part of the problem, sir? Aren't you a part of the problem? And since driving semis just wasn't your thing, what is your thing now? What are you doing now? Because, you know, when it comes to these cars and stuff like that, it's suspect. We don't trust you when you give commentary in your cars. We would like to see your home. Do you have a bed? Do you have a mattress? Do you have a bed frame? Do you have a dresser? Like, what are we doing? A couch? A TV?
And that you're dealing with. You got some white men that's not as good. You got some black men that's not as good. But you, sister, you being a part of this side of the fence, whether you like it or not, you should push your brothers to be better and better. Switch the narrative on your platform. That I believe you should switch the narrative on your platform to say, how can we make black men greater?
We already did that. It backfired.
How is the white man greater than the black man? Or how is the black man so less than? Or however you want to put it. I believe you should turn that narrative a little bit.
Okay, Kyla.
And talk about how can we make him greater.
I know that's right.
And have a dialogue with whoever you want to have a dialogue about, or with the same things you saying bad about the black man. It's hard to talk about a problem without talking about a solution. You just gonna spend your whole time just talking about how bad he is and how terrible he is as a man, and not one time think about how can you talk about how to make him better.
I just said earlier in this video, we could move on, okay, when you guys acknowledge. It's that simple, okay? We can't get to solutions if you don't acknowledge what the problem is and where the problem is coming from. This is what Brian was talking about. You guys are not problem solvers. Y'all don't even know how to be. Y'all don't even know the process. Y'all don't even know the steps that it takes to solve problems. That's why I'm frustrated. I'm just like, you have to acknowledge before you can make any corrective behavior. That's like taking a test or a quiz and getting questions wrong, and your teacher writes at the top, see me after class. She's going to work with you, tutor with you, so that you can acknowledge what you did wrong to where you got the answer incorrect, correct? Like, I feel like I got to talk to y'all like we in grade school, because y'all not getting it. Something in that brain up there ain't clicking. So in order for you to problem solve, you have to acknowledge where you may have went wrong, how you could do it differently. Y'all don't want to do that. We can't get past the first step. That's the problem. You guys are acting too emotional. I'm proud and I'm black and I'm a man. We can't get past that.
How to make him greater, how to be the wife that he needs to be, to have the foundation backing him to be the greatest man that he could possibly be. Just different things like that. I'm not going to talk you to death. But my whole purpose of this video right now, you guys hit the like button if you haven't already, is I see a lot of black men is turning the table and coming back at you. And they talking about basically destroying you and destroying your name. Me, I don't feel like I should do that. I feel like it's not until we get an understanding that we can grow. Each one teach one.
What's the understanding?
We each other. We continue to grow together. Me, instead of me turning and putting fuel your way or fire your way, I'm just gonna tell you, I love you. And I love you for what you I love you for who you are. I'm not sure if them same people that you praise will love you for who you are. I just think that they love you because of what you saying about your own people. That strokes their ego, it seemed like. So when you had that man on your show, you didn't mute him.
Wait a minute. He once again is talking about the only reason why that white man was in agreement with Cynthia is because of how it makes the black man look bad. You guys make yourself look bad. Do you not understand that? If you wouldn't do the stuff that we see out here, we wouldn't have nothing to talk about. Then you're dumb enough to post it to the internet. You're dumb enough to post it to the internet. You have 100% control over this. You do. It's almost like y'all saying y'all don't have control over your own actions. You do. You have control over your own actions. You do. So it's weird that you want her to stop talking about it as if we're not on the receiving end at times, as if we're not being abused, raped, abandoned. Imagine the white man trying to get you to shut up about how they're killing you in the street. I don't think black men understand collectively how by them telling us to shut up about what we go through with them. Okay, white people, that's how racist white people feel about you when it comes to police killings in the Black Lives Matter movement. So when they always try to make it seem like, oh, the white man is the enemy, the white man is the enemy, you looking like the enemy right now too, because y'all look very similar right now. So it's weird. Like it's weird. Like you want us to trade in one man for the other. We're not trading in men here. We're not. We can't afford to, because we've been burned by both of y'all. And some of us are still getting burned. So it's just like, come on, we can't neglect what we go through all for the sake of your image. We're not doing that. We're not.
Him not one time. Now you mute people, no problem. You didn't mute him not one time. You let him say everything he wanted to say bad about the black.
Because he wasn't emotional and angry and aggressive.
Getting hurt somewhere, sister.
And loud.
I'm not gonna do like the rest of the YouTubers and speak against you or speak down at you or talk to you like you less than. I'm just gonna simply say, understand, your brother right here love you. And I think you can be great and do greater things than what you're doing right now.
Oh my God.
And I think that you can be as big as you want to be. But I think that maybe you should spin the narrative a little bit and start talking more about how you can make the black, or how you can help make the black man better by being a wife to him. You see what I'm saying? By being a sister to him.
By being a mule is what he's saying, you guys. Don't let him sweet talk you.
You have a voice. Don't tarnish the brand of the young sister that's watching you to believe that her brother, her man, her future husband, her future whatever, if she deal with a black man, he's less than a white man. That's a painful message to put out. Like, if you agree with me, subscribe if you haven't already. Please turn on your post notification right now. Turn me up, as y'all always do.
That's all they care about. They just want to be seen. They just want to be seen like they are men of power, but not actually go and get the power that they desire or that they want to be seen as. And it's pathetic. It's the king of dust for me, the gaslighting, the rubbing the hands like Birdman boy. The overwhelming majority of lies and deceit. Most black men are so bitter, and deflecting is all they know. Oh, strong black man. Where? Exactly. And I'm not saying there aren't black men out here that aren't strong, but it's slim pickings. Okay. Y'all trying to make it seem like the majority are strong and black, and that's just not true. It's just not. Okay, I need some infrastructure. I want y'all to come on here and talk about the infrastructure you have created within your community. Because I'm tired of going to the beauty supply store and I got an Asian man that owns the store and is profiting off of my beauty. It's just crazy. Because they don't have, some of them don't have virgin hair in there. Some of them just have braiding hair. Braiding hair is Afrocentric. So what kinky, they have kinky, yucky textures hair in there too. So we're not profiting off of that at all. So that's all I have regarding this video, you guys. I have to run. I have an appointment to go to, but I wanted to react to this video. And like I said, throughout this entire video, he was able to acknowledge the wrongdoings of other black men. Then he was able to acknowledge the chat box and how black women could relate, right? Which is a lot of women, but he couldn't acknowledge that it's the majority of men. It's the majority of black men today that are causing the issues. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. How does that make sense? You can acknowledge the wrongdoing. You can acknowledge the violence. You can acknowledge all of the issues, right? You can acknowledge why we're upset. You can acknowledge why we're frustrated, right? But you can't acknowledge that it's being done in a massive way. Interesting. Well, that's all that I have for today's video, you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please give this video a thumbs up before you leave. And I will see you guys in my next video. If I missed your super chat, I'm sorry, you guys, but it was going so fast, I missed it. But I appreciate your super chat. I'm sorry if I didn't get to read your comment, but I appreciate it. You guys have a beautiful day.